Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you so much for joining us for our weekend weather update. And of course, it's Queen's birthday weekend across New Zealand, so we'll be taking a detailed look at Monday and also the outlook for next week through until about Wednesday. On the animated wind map, this large area of low pressure that's been impacting New Zealand all week is now starting to move offshore, although there's a last sort of west to southwest blast coming through for northern areas. Plenty of showers still for the western side of the North Island, but overnight tonight that clears away and this small area of high pressure just sort of briefly comes through, but you can see it just sort of hangs down into the Southern Ocean a little bit or just brushes the Southern Ocean. That's going to pass through the country over the next couple of days, and then by Monday, Tuesday next week, the next area of low pressure starts to move its way towards New Zealand, which means the southeastern part of Australia is still pretty unsettled. But the tropics, very quiet at the moment. La Nina's almost gone, and you're noticing that the weather conditions up there are pretty settled, just the usual showers here and there. On the satellite map, you can see those showers a little clearer. Most of them are offshore, but we do see a few of them sort of, especially around Vanuatu and the Solomon Islands. Elsewhere, New Caledonia are actually on the outer edges of this large area of low pressure. And so now the drier, calmer weather of high pressure rolling in. That's why you're not seeing much in the way of big bright clouds, but a few showers remaining for the western North Island for Friday, and a few more showers coming in for the southeastern side of Australia. So we've got some rain on the way. This is the 3-day rainfall map from Friday morning, showing much of the North Island in that yellow-orange shading, so sort of 5 to 20 millimetres. And in the South Island, very dry, or actually from Wellington southwards on that eastern side, very dry, just a few spits or a couple of brief showers. Otherwise, it's looking dry with the heaviest rain over around Franz Joseph, about 50 millimetres there, and maybe 30 or so around the Nelson Ranges. Over in Australia, plenty of rain coming for some of these eastern areas. Again, 3-day rainfall map from Friday. So we're seeing totals here of about 35 millimetres, nothing too major, west of Brisbane. And the heaviest falls down around Victoria and the hills and mountains there, and also down around the northwestern corner of Tasmania with about 50 or 60 millimetres of rain on the way. And we've got some snow as well, not very much though. New Zealand's fairly mild at the moment. 3-day snow map starting from today. Some snow flurries up in the mountains, but even in that dark blue, 7 to 10 centimetres, so it's not exactly a huge dump of snow, but it'll be welcome. Australia's got the heaviest snow again, so we're seeing totals here around about 20 to 25 centimetres coming through at the peaks. So that is very good news for the ski fields there, and another burst of cold weather around Tasmania. So let's get into the forecast. Here is the weekend, here is Saturday, and we're seeing high pressure dominate around the North Island. As we just mentioned before, it's fairly weak, but it will just brush through, and there are a couple of remaining showers caught up in that southerly flow. Still a bit cold around eastern areas, but down here in the south, the nor'wester starts to build. You can see here that stormy system down in the Southern Ocean that's brushing past Victoria, South Australia and Tasmania, and a little burst of rain and showers clearing out there. By Sunday, that burst of showers leaving Australia moves towards New Zealand, but we do have high pressure just parked to the east. So while that might sort of roar in towards us, it falls apart as it comes in. So it may not be very wet at all, although in the South Island, a better chance for rain and wind. See all the low pressure zones, we talked about this yesterday, lining up here. So that just adds a bit more pressure between that low pressure zone and the high out to the east. Get that squash zone, and so the west to northwest winds do pick up on Sunday, and they're also pretty blustery nor'westers around Australia. Let's get into Queen's birthday Monday. So there is that front falling apart as it moves in for our public holiday. We've got high pressure parked right over the Chathams. That's the place to be. The eastern side of the North Island, another place to be. It'll be nice and sunny there. And also down around Dunedin, Southland, Otago, those areas are all looking very good. South Canterbury is another one. But the showers look as though they'll be around the western and northwestern sides of both islands. Now in Australia, the blue line here indicating cold air coming out of the Southern Ocean. So you've got another wintry snap coming for you to kick off next week. And there's the next sort of cold front just ahead of it, bringing another burst of showers for parts of Queensland. So as we go through next week, Tuesday is the next stormy day for New Zealand. That low from Aussie drifts our way. This is it down here, another deep storm system, but this one's further south than the last two have been. But it still means another burst of windy weather, gales, severe gales, heavy rain, and maybe a bit of snow on the mountains and ranges, and definitely snow over here with that big wintry southerly coming through for Tasmania and Victoria, although it does sort of fade out as you go in towards New South Wales. And our final map for Wednesday shows more of the same, really. Wintry weather carrying on around Australia's southeastern side, wintry weather coming back into the southern half of the South Island, although there won't be very much in South Canterbury, I don't think, as far as rain's concerned. Windy weather through central New Zealand, fairly mild though, and dry in many parts of the North Island because it's a nor'wester coming through for you with that sou'wester carrying on in the Australian side. We've also got a low pressure zone coming in towards Perth. You'll enjoy some very warm weather before that arrives. So it's actually more of a typical autumn pattern for many places, although I'm pretty sure if you live in this area, you're calling it winter already. That is all from me. Have a great weekend. Remember, it is Queen's birthday on Monday, so we're not back again until Tuesday. Have a great weekend. We'll see you then.